everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman Battle Network 5. In the last part, we got here to the Undernet, and now we're going to continue on. Now, right off the bat, a couple things I want to mention, actually, is in between parts, I went back to a subchip dealer and bought an unlocker subchip because there's a purple mystery data I want to unlock in Undernet 3. By the way, Reg Up 3 right there. And next up, we got some new viruses, Lark EX and a Tubi. Lark EX is an average thing that we've seen before, just an upgraded version of the Larks, more power, more speed, etc., etc. Tubies are the equivalent of a fanfare, or whatever the heck that guy's name was, EX, except their song doesn't protect enemies from damage, it actually confuses you in battle, so your D-pad direction inputs are now reversed. And also, the other thing I want to mention is, you might recall back when I first got the Gundel Soul 3 from the lottery, I mentioned that there was an area you can get them from in Battle Green Mystery Datas. That area is the Undernet. They're rare, but you can do that. And later on in the part, I actually do not only get one off-screen, but I grind for one as well off-screen, because I want to have the program advance that they're a part of. Undernet BBS right there, so that you can get some cool little info topics there. That purple mystery data has Neovari in it, which is a sword-type attack. And this is another program guy. He also has Big Curse. No, he's a bug frag trader, actually. He has a Giga Chip on it, which is actually pretty rare. I think the only Battle Network game that gives you a Giga Chip in the main storyline is 4, though, and that's Red Sun. Or Blue Moon, depending on which version you're playing. Either way, new enemy, Like Ogre EX. If you can't tell what an EX does at this point, I'm very sorry. In fact, as you can already see, I got the Gundel Soul 3D already. Though I need to grind for a second one because the Gundel Soul I had for before is a Gundel Soul 3.0. Anyway, yeah, Like Ogre EXs are the general EX upgrade, more power, more strength, blah 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 blah. I forget what a Like Real does. I think that's just their lightning attack that shocks an entire column. I will say, this Undernet layout looks confusing, but honestly it's not very much so at all. It's very straightforward once you realize where everything is. And new virus? Shaky EX. I hate these things. They're really fast and really annoying. Though, if you use Air Spinner, that's when stuff gets really easy. You know, it's kind of weird. Most people, when they play a Battle Network game, they customize their folder in one of a few different ways, usually. Like, some do it so they can get Chaos Unisons or Double Souls really easily. Some do it so they can get Program Advances. Some do it for other strategic purposes. And some people, like me in Battle Network 6, just like to go all-out power. This is one of the few times in the series where I think I can balance that out very well. Because I have Program Advances in there, I have Double Souls in there, I just have powerful chips in there. It's a really weird combination that I never really get to use often, aside from this game. And over here we got another blue mystery data, which is a attack +1. That's useful. New enemy here, dragons. What these guys do, well, first off, lava panels, if it's not obvious by this point, damage you when you're standing on them. However, if a fire-type virus or if your napalm soul is standing on it, they'll actually recover, I believe. I know fire-type chips gain damage on them. But what dragons like to do is, well, first off, Sanctuary S, I'll get into that in a moment. Dragons like to set 2 panels in your field on fire. One that's one you're on, and the other is one perpendicular to it. And now we're in a message comp. I forget where this is. Either way, Sanctuary is actually a really useful chip. What it does is that it turns your entire side of the field into holy panels, which have damage. And this is a net dealer who has really overpriced stuff, and yet I'm going to be able to buy one of these HP memories at the same time. Sanctuary can also be used to upgrade Roll SP, because the way Roll SP works is that if you have holy panels on, it increases, for every holy panel there is, it increases the attack by 5, I believe. Because I know when you use Sanctuary, its power goes from 30 to 75. And that's per hit, by the way. So 75 times 3, 225 damage, I think. Yeah. Either way, this is the purple mystery that I wanted to open, which is a expansion memory, so I'm gonna edit my Navi costs to this. 2 HP plus 100s, my usual stuff is still there. I actually don't need one of those charge +1s, because the max level for anything is 5, I believe. Either way, Now Megaman's pretty good because not only does he have those awesome buster stats, but he has 720 max HP. Which is, kind of a thing. Oh, it's really weird, actually. Mystery data that contain viruses like that. There is a subship that will disarm those viruses, but I never use it. And we got a program dealer. He has some things. Jungle and fish attract viruses of the respective elements. Bug Stop is one of the few useful Navicusts in this area, specific Navicust programs for abusing things, because then you can negate any bug. And I think that includes the ones the spirits do. Anyway, I recommend healing up here because we're coming up on the boss of the area, and I also recommend saving. Hi, Meddy. Meddy! I knew you'd come, Megaman. Let's get everyone together and fight the Nebula Navis. What are you waiting for? We just came in here to bring you back. Time to go home, Meddy. That's crazy. I can't understand why you've been chosen as leader. Meddy, get rid of this loser so we can go avenge Protoman. Good idea. Spineless kids like him deserve what they get. What are you going to do? I'm going to open your eyes. Wait! Don't waste your breath. Okay then, forced into a battle with Meddy. Meddy, first off, she has 900 HP, meaning that she's even weaker than Cosmo Man. Attack-wise, she can actually be kind of tricky, because a lot of her attacks actually have status effects to them, like paralysis, or, confusion, even. She throws pills every now and then, and they'll explode, then they'll cause their status effect at the same time. The way they explode is the way they land, so if they land vertically, they're gonna blow up that column. If they land horizontally, they're gonna blow up that row. No element, so you can't really abuse an elemental weakness with her. And she has this one attack where she has a bit of build up to it. I forget what it does. All I remember is that it does damage, quite obviously. So yeah, if I had used the Sanctuary chip before using that roll SP, the damage would have essentially doubled, and it's amazing. I'm still questioning whether or not I want full custom in there, though, for the final boss area. Oh, that's one thing I don't think I mentioned at this point. You can actually transfer from double soul to double soul without having to wait. And Meddy's down. Pretty easy boss, honestly. Haha, that's more like it. Still think you're not up to it? Meddy. Look at how far this delicate girl has gone for you. You have to accept now, leader. Gyro Man. This kid certainly put us in our place. She told us to come here because we could change your mind. The others should be alarming soon, right? Most Navis would be too scared to even come to the Undernet, but this kid had the courage to do that and take you on too. An unusual tactic, but it seems like it might have worked. You can't beat a bit of action. This kid and her operator have been desperate to do all they can to make up for what happened. You can't turn your back on them now, or Chad either. Meddy, Jasmine, you've really opened my eyes. I was too weak and all I can think of was running away, but now I see the only way forward is to keep fighting. Let's get this mission started. Yeah! Haha! Meddy, now that that's decided, you better deal with that door. No problem. Hold it, girl. Leave this to me. I can break through here in no time. Move over. Here goes. Oh, come on, Napalm Man. It didn't budge an inch. What's going on? You can't open that door with force. How can I put this? That door's made out of anger and hatred. If you try to open it with violence, it won't work at all. Honestly, boys are silly sometimes. There is another way. Watch this. Here goes. Healing pulse, yeah? See? Amazing. Okay, leader, we're ready to go. You can start the mission anytime. Obviously, I'll be coming with you, right? Meddy, yes, of course. Right, everyone, it's time to start our liberation of Undernet 4. First things first, Megaman, I'd like you to stay back here and look out for the enemy. Is that okay? Is that you asking a favor, or is it an order? It's an order, and you don't need to ask if it's okay. Give proper orders, leader. Magnet Man, you stay here and look out for enemy reinforcements. Sure, leave it to me. Lan, when you're ready, let's start the mission. Sure. But first, this is where I do my farming for another Gundel Soul 3 save, and I also changed my folder around, but I want to do something optional I've waited to do until now. We're back here in End Area 1 on the southern portion of it. You can find this place easily just by wandering around in it. There's a net dealer here. I want to buy some stuff for him. By the way, look at how much Zenny I got when farming. This guy has a couple of good things. I'm actually going to buy 2 of those Vulcan 3s off screen, but I'm here just to buy all his HP memories. I will buy all the HP memories I can get in stores fairly soon, like all the ones back in Orin area and in the Undernet area. I'll probably do that off screen before the final area itself. But you may have noticed back in Undernet 1, there was this one bird-shaped Navi I couldn't quite get to. That's because you have to get to him through an invisible pathway like so. Other than experimentation, how are you supposed to know how to do that? But anyway, now we're back in Undernet 1. Viruses are still the same here. There's also this nebula gate I can open up, which is where you get Dark Pulse, which is how you get Chaos Unison into Number Chaos back in Team Kernel. Anyway, this is the guy. I'm also saving right now because I like doing that. I haven't had a visitor in ages. I'm Larkman, and I answer to no one. I'm the freest Navi in cyber world. There's a reason why we meet. Want a battle? Can you fathom my aerial attack unlike no other? Go for it, Lan. Leave it to me. Battle routine set. Execute. Yeah. Larkman, or Swallow Man as he's known in Japan, is actually a pretty tricky boss. It's not the fact that he's powerful, it's just that he's fast. He's the fastest boss in the game, if I recall correctly. As for attacks, he has 3. He has this really annoying bird, which I always find really tough to dodge unless I have an invis chip on. Then again, it's because my immediate dodge is to always go backwards instead of forwards. That's probably a problem. He has that little dive attack he just did where he'll go in kind of a infinity symbol almost. And then he has this one attack he does very rarely. I think he might have another attack besides this, but this is the one that comes into my mind immediately. Where he goes off screen and dives onto your row. With Search Soul, he becomes pretty easy, but yeah, it's a thing. I love the shuffle command, by the way. I do miss the add button of the old games, because when Battle Network 4 took that out, that kind of reduced my tactics a bit. Thankfully, 4 and 5 have Search Man to negate that, and 6 has a program that does the same thing. What's really weird is, back in my old Game Boy Advance card, I actually never found this guy. Well, I saw him, obviously, but I never found my way to him. I didn't find the way to get to this guy until the DS version. Ooh, Life Sword. Hello, how have you been, old friend? And thank you. Pretty easy boss, but you might want to watch out for his agility. Larkman is a chip I've never used, so I don't know what it does. I can't believe someone cut me. And with that, now we're done with optional stuff. I'm going to get those Gundel Soul 3Ds and the 2 Vulcan 2s from the shop. And I'm showing off my folder here because I want to show you that I'm actually making an air shot, my regular chip, by pressing the select button, using those 35 megabytes there finally. Because I want to be able to go into Gyro Soul as often as possible in this next area. Save your game because it's time for the Liberation mission, folks. What the? It can't be. What's wrong? Oh, dear. Protoman, you're alive? Wait, he's acting funny. Protoman? So you're the enemy of the officials, huh? Huh? What are you talking about? Protoman, it's us, your friends. Master Regal saved my life. I pledged my loyalty to him. Protecting this area is my task. Oh, no. Did the Darkloids modify him like they did me? Looks like it. That means we have to fight through all the panels to get to him. Wow, that's a lot of dark panels. Wow, dark panels are everywhere. This'll be tough to handle even with my firepower. I guess it's my turn then. What, you've got a plan? Yeah, I do. With Twin Liberation, I can liberate a row of panels just by hitting the ends. That's great! That'll work better than my jumping over dark panels. It's a plan. Now let's free Protoman from the Nebula forces. Yes, sir. The mission is to liberate within 10 phases. Go! But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 26, we'll be starting off this liberation mission. See you guys then.